How's it going, guys? It's Tucker Tuitions here, and today we're going to be talking about factorising brackets part 3. So first things first, we're going to have a look at this cubic here, and all the rest of these examples are going to be the cubics. So we've got x cubed minus 5x squared. The highest common factor of them both is the lowest of these x's, which is the x squared. The x squared goes on the outside. I open my bracket. X cubed divided by x squared gives me x. Minus 5x squared divided by x squared gives me minus 5. And I close my bracket. And that's all you need to do when you've got 2 with a cubic. This one is slightly different, and I'll show you why. I've got x cubed and I've got minus 36x. Highest common factor is the x. X goes on the outside. Open the bracket. X cubed divided by x is x squared. Minus 36x divided by x is minus 36. And I close the bracket. Now this quadratic inside here, this is a very similar story to what we looked at last time in part 2. This is a difference of squares. What this means is that I can square root the x squared to give me x. And when I write my double brackets, it goes on the left. The square root of my 36 is 6. So I write the 6 on the right hand side. And because I've got this minus, one's positive, one's negative, and I'm done. Now what happens when we've got this type of example here? X cubed plus 7x minus 8x here. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to first take out our common factor of x. Put it on the side. Boom. X cubed divided by x gives me x squared. 7x squared divided by x gives me plus 7x. Minus 8x divided by x gives me minus 8. And I close my bracket. Now, I've got a quadratic inside here that I can factorise. I'm going to find this out by writing minus 8 here and writing all the factor pairs. So I've got 1 times minus 8. So hence I've got minus 1 and 8. 2 minus 4. And I've got minus 2 and 4. 1 take away 8 gives me minus 7. No good. Minus 1 plus 8 gives me plus 7. Oh, hold on a minute. We got a winner. So minus 1 and 8. So I'm going to write my bracket in here. Open it up. X minus 1. X plus 8. Close the bracket and I'm done. So now what I'd like you to do, have a go at these ones yourself. If you need any reminders, look back through the video, see how I did them. And then I'll go through them with you in a minute. So pause the video now. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do it. So with the first one here, I've got common factors of x. So x cubed and x squared, I've got a highest common factor of x squared. Open the bracket. X squared, that goes into x cubed. X cubed divided by x squared gives me x. And then minus 7x squared divided by x squared is minus 7. Close the bracket. Done. With the second one, the highest common factor here is x. Open the bracket. X cubed divided by x is x squared. Minus 81x divided by x is minus 81. Now what I'm going to do is factorise this, because once again we've got a difference of squares. So I'm going to write equals. I'm going to write my x. Square root of x squared is x. And you see I've written my x's already. My square root of 81 is 9. I'm going to write plus and minus. I'm done. Now for C, again, highest common factor is x. That goes on the outside. X cubed divided by x gives me x squared. 12x squared divided by x gives me plus 12x. And minus 45x divided by x is minus 45. So I've got to factorise this one here. So 45 I know that I've got 1 and 45, it ain't really going to reach it. But I do know that if I've got minus 3 and plus 15, these add up to give me 12. So when I write my equal sign here, I'm going to write x. I know my sum will add up to 12 by using x and the plus 15, and then x minus 3. So there, I've done my factorising there with the quadratics. Now here we've got an exam question. X cubed minus 2x squared minus 15x. And we've got to factorise this completely. So first things first, I'm going to do as I've done previously with the cubics. Look for common factors. I've got common factors of x here, so I'm going to write this underneath. 8x cubed divided by x is 8x squared. Minus 2x squared divided by x is minus 2x. Minus 15x divided by x is minus 15. Now, we've got a little bit of a problem, because this thing, to factorise, this whole thing underneath is just disgusting. And in order to deal with this, we need to go back to what we did when we had to factorise our double brackets. So, I'm just going to split it up here. I want to factorise this first. So from the part 2 video I showed you earlier with the instructions, my step 1, I'm going to multiply the number in front of the x squared by the product. 8 times minus 15, that gives me minus 120. Step 2, I need to find the factor pairs of 120 that add up to give me this minus 2. I could go through it all with you guys, but I know the two factors already. I know that 10 times minus 2, sorry, let me say that again. 10 times minus 12 gives me minus 120. Does 10 take away 12 give me minus 2? Yes, it does. So when I rewrite this now, 8x squared minus 2x minus 15, this here, this minus 2x, is going to get split into 10x minus 12x. So let's do that now. So I splitted it with the 10x first. Now I've written my minus 12x and now my minus 15. So now this time, I now need to find and factorise. So I'm going to highlight the first two, like this. And, of course, the other two. Because from this, I'm going to find common factors. The highest common factor of 8x squared and 10x is 2x. 8 divided by 2 gives me 4. X squared divided by x gives me x. 10x divided by 2x just gives me 5. Now I need to deal with the yellow. The highest common factor of minus 12x and minus 15 is minus 3. Open the bracket. Minus 12 divided by minus 3 is plus 4. And then x divided by 1 just gives me x. So 4x. Minus 15 divided by minus 3 is plus 5. And good news for us, looks like we've got common factors right here. So we've got this 4x plus 5 in both of these. So when I rewrite this, I'm then going to write 4x plus 5 here, because that's what I found. Now if I cover up this 4x plus 5, I have 2x left. And if I cover up this 4x plus 5 here, I have minus 3. Close the bracket, and I'm done. So therefore, when we write this horrible, nasty, disgusting expression, I'm going to open my bracket and I'm just going to write that. How lovely. Yay. But the good news is we're done. And just follow that process in order to do it. So have a go at this next one. Okay, take your time, factorise your x, and then do that complicated factorising. Okay, so pause the video now. Okay, now we're going to go through how you do it. So first I'm going to take up this common factor of x. So x is going to go on the outside here. Ugh, that's ugly. Let's do that again. That's more like it. Well, not that second bit. But anyway, 6x cubed divided by x is 6x squared. Minus 13x squared divided by x gives me minus 13x. And minus 28x divided by x is minus 28. That's the first part done. Now I just need to factorise this thing. So 6 times minus 28. Okay, I need to do that. 8 times 6 is 48. 6 times 2 gives me 12, so I'm going to get minus 168. Okay. So now that I've got my factor pair, now I've got this, now I need to make sure I split it. So the factor pair that we need to look for in here needs to make sure that they add up to minus 13. Because it's negative, they need to have a difference of 13. And I know the two numbers that multiply together for that will be 8 and 21. Because it's a minus 13 here, the bigger number needs to be minus. 8 take away 21 gives me minus 13. So now that we've got this minus 13, what we're going to do now is I'm going to write out my quadratic again. And like we did last time, this minus 13 is going to get split into 8x and minus 21x. So I've got minus 28 and I've got 6x squared. So now that I've done this, I'm then going to check 6x squared and 8x have got common factors. Minus 21x minus 28 does as well. So I'm going to highlight my first two terms like I did last time. And my last two terms. Now I factorise 6x squared plus 8x. Highest common factor I've got here is the 2 and x. So I'm going to open my bracket. 6x squared divided by 2x gives me 3x. 8x divided by 2x gives me 4. Now, the highest common factor of minus 21x and minus 28 is minus 7. Open my bracket. Minus 21x divided by minus 7 is 3x. Minus 28 divided by minus 7 is plus 4. Close the bracket. I've now got 3x plus 4 here, 3x plus 4 here. So all I need to do is write 3x plus 4 and then 2x minus 7. And then bung that here. And I'm done. Please note as well, I'm just writing it the other way around, which is fine. So many thanks for watching, guys. That is the end of factorising brackets. Please stay tuned for my next video by giving a like, a subscribe and comment down below if there's any other videos you want me to cover as well for GCSE, which I will be starting this weekend. And I will calculator. Bye!